Well, would you look at that, boys and girls? We're a week into 2021 and we've got water in canal. We have water. Gosh. Now, one of the big problems is that we don't know how long it's going to last. Just keep an eye on that freight train for a minute. I know someone's counting. Wasn't that fun? Now, we have got, for the first time in probably about 14 months, both boats perfectly aligned where they should be. This is how close we should be to the WAF. Actually, I'll just show you from the side. Now, some of you who have watched this channel previously will remember that we had a huge gap between the WAF, I'm not going to show you that, where is it, and the boat, like about 2.5 3 foot, meaning we couldn't moor properly or get on and off properly. So very, very pleased are we that Canal and River Trust have managed to find their arse with both hands. Makes a change. Now, odd jobs to do today. This is still smoking from yesterday. That's going to be wham for a couple of days. I might get a few more. Is that another train? Might have missed that one, sorry. Might get a few more bits to be burnt in there. So, a reasonably good start, Canal and River Trust, to 2021. Today, oh, I forgot, I locked that while I was on the boat. Right, unlock the door, come in, bit warmer in here. Started yesterday breaking all these boxes down. I like to keep boxes because when I send stuff out, it's easier to put them in boxes than not. And with things like DPD, provided the box isn't over a certain size, they don't care. So it's just easier for them not to lose it. So I started clearing all this, started clearing all that over there. I'm going to stick these speakers on Facebook Marketplace or something, because they're big, they're loud, but they're not as big and loud as this set we've got here. That's a 1000 watt bass bin, a couple of 1000 watt electro voices, there's the same over there. These, I'm going to try and get some covers for these Inferno outdoor heaters. That is the old hot tub pump, which is bust, so I'm going to take the lead off. So I'm getting sort of moving stuff around and whatever. That's going, all of that's going. That was an experimental wine rack, which I got fed up with trying to. Anyway, you don't need to know all that, do you? So all of that's going to get cleared off. We're going to have to find somewhere to put Carruthers over there. All right, Carruthers, mate. That's the genuine Tim moustache that Tim wore to the school disco. So that's today's kind of like challenge is to clear all this, clear all that, clean the hot tub out because it's good for me back. We usually only have it when we have sort of like people visiting and stuff because it's good fun. Then when my back's better, I'm going to be using this crisp ale malt, best ale malt, and I'm going to do two. I'm going to do a bitter, even though I know some people say, well, use your Maris Otter or your Golden Promise for your bitter. I'm going to do it with ale malt because I want to try and get just a nice bitter. That's what Chris Harrison's done to me. He's ruined me. I'm going all normal and everything, but I also want to do an old traditional. I've got a recipe that someone sent me, an old traditional mild, a proper mild. Yeah. But first, let's get cleaning up. How therapeutic is that? That's the Lambic. That is the Lambic with no yeast other than the spontaneous fermentation conducted in a cool ship. I don't think I actually did any video yesterday in snow, but snow's going. It's very Christmas cardy down here, you know, when we have a bit of snow. It's the sort of thing that all my friends in warmer climes oh, I wish I was in warmer climes. Instead of had a message this morning saying can't sleep, it's 25 degrees. That's in a friend of mine in Kingston in Jamaica. 25 degrees at night. It's likely to be about 31 today. And she's complaining, and I'm thinking, well, do you know what, the monkeys are queuing up at the welding bay. But it is very nice here, picturesque, but fucking gold. That not swearing New Year's resolution didn't last very long, did it? This is Marley. He thinks someone's just come in. He doesn't realise it's just me. Today, what am I doing today? I've still got a bad back. And that crap. Today I'm going to package away some of me malts. I've got an ale malt. I've got another pale. I've got some Bohemian Pilsner. I've got some torrefied wheat. So today I'm going to start packing stuff away in these fermentation bins. Why don't I use bigger bins? I know some people will say, and it's because I'm getting old and can't lift them. It's not really, but it's just these are only a tenner, and they're perfectly good and easy to move around. And you know what, I'll get 3 brews out of each of those, so you know it's all right. It's as far as storage goes, it's all right. So today, packing away some malts. This is my new Herms coil, my heat exchanging, recirculating mash systemescos Herms to go in. It's actually going in. That's interesting. That sounds very much like the snow on the roof falling off. Look at that. That's what that noise was. How about that? Look at God. We're losing. We're losing all the snow off the roof. Fucking hell, that could have hurt someone. God. Right, well, at least we know we have the big 4 is 4ing. Actually, let's get a better view. That's his roof up there, look. And all that snow is now making its way off the roof. But see what I mean about it being like picturesque sort of. I ought to take a couple of photos. I should have done some video yesterday, but you know what it's like. It's a bit icy, that. I ought to be careful that I don't actually end up in canal. This was frozen today. But there we are. Are you going to fall off, make a good bit of video? I want to get Charlotte up there jumping around. Right, yeah, so anyway, today, that's what we're going to do today. Now that is the Lambic. We've had by the look of it, a pretty good Krausen on there. Again, remember, that's all from a natural, spontaneous fermentation. So we're 14 days in. This is the 2-week update, and pleased am I with that. And also, we've 2 more barrels arrived, because I'm going to try and get a few more sort of going quite soon. That one in there is going to probably be about another 3 weeks, I'd have thought. Now actually these are all 30 litre. This was the original one I got, and this is far better quality than the second ones. The stand's going to need a little bit of modification because it's a little bit wobbly, so I think I shall strengthen that a tad. It's not finished off as well either. So then we will have ready to populate the 100 litre kegs, which are casks, which aren't here yet. Or more likely, I'd have thought 50s, that these 3 will go into a 50 when blended, but that's a couple of years down the line yet. I know, doesn't that seem strange, me planning that far ahead? So what haven't I done yet today? I haven't done yet today putting all my malts away in buckets, because sorry, hang on. The strangest of things happen. I go out to record the ice falling off roof, and there's a guy asking whether he can leave his bike here. I just, my life takes these very strange turns every now and then. So he's chaining his bike up, and I'll wait for the next snowdrop. In Lewes in East Sussex, which used to be my kind of stomping ground when I was younger, and it's also home of a exceptionally good brewery called Harvey's Brewery, and more of that at another point. But there's a pub underneath a cliff called the Snowdrop, and everyone thinks, oh, how quaint. It's not actually. The Snowdrop is it's called the Snowdrop because one day up on the cliff there was, I don't know if it's a school or something underneath the cliff, and a huge amount of snow fell down and killed loads of people. You'll be able to Google it and get the story right, because I'm only going from memory, but that's why the Snowdrop in Lewes in Cliff, I think it's on Cliff, is it on Cliff High Street, something like that. That's why the Snowdrop is called the Snowdrop. But all day today we've been having these wonderful, I'm not going out there just at the moment in case the guy's still chaining his bike up. He said, can I leave my bike here and go for a walk? I said, well, yeah, but I ain't responsible for it. Strange people we get up and down here. Yes. Oh, what else have I been doing today? I've been cleaning all my bits. So I have. Because I'm hopefully, my back is going to be slightly better, and I'm going to do a brew this weekend. Not another Lambic. This weekend I'm going to do another Flower Childish, Will Mayer's, CBC, Cambridge Brewing Company, Boston, Massachusetts. It's one of my, I think it is probably at the moment up there in my top beers. And then I'm going to do a Focal Banger, which is also an Alchemist, because Craft Beer Channel, if you follow the Craft Beer Channel, Johnny and whoever had this thing recently, what's the best beers and all that, whatever, and they put Focal Banger above Heady Topper. And I thought, well, that's interesting, because I've only ever had Heady Topper once. I've had a few Focal Bangers. No, I don't mean anyway, it doesn't matter. I still think heady topper's the business, but I might try and do a focal banger. So that's my two next brews. It's probably going to be another Cambridge Brewing Company, CBC, another CBC Flower Child, because I've got these still that Will sent over for me to test against future ones that I do. I think the last one was bloody close, but this time I'm using the two closed fermenters under pressure, and I'll do all the dry hopping and etc. completely closed transfer, so there'll be no oxygen whatsoever from the moment it goes into the fermenter, into the fermentosaurus, which I haven't got. I mean, obviously Firmzilla. So these are the two Firmzillas. Everything from the moment the wort and the yeast goes into here, it will never ever see oxygen again until it hits the glass, because it will ferment in here. I'll transfer it in here to dry hop it, and then there's a second, is there a second dry hopping? Can't remember the Flower Child, but if there is, then I'll transfer it again, close transfer back into this, and these will always be purged with CO2. I can't believe I said fermentosaurus. So yeah, so those are my next two brews. I've been buggering about with thinking how I can make these silly little videos, what I does do, more interesting. So I'm looking at perhaps putting a camera here to film some of the coin ring stuff. I'm going to put another camera up there onto the 6-ton press, so when I'm punching holes in coins ready to make them into rings. I'm going to have another camera, I think, on here looking down at the blowtorchy area, so I should cover most of the area of making the rings. Perhaps put one over here, clamp it onto the drill press somewhere there, focusing on the polishing, and then do a complete coverage of making a coin ring. I was experimenting with speeding stuff up and adding bits of music and whatever. That was in the cheese video. Cheese video. Sorry. Look, it's been a long year and it's still only the 15th. So to try and make some more interesting videos rather than me just waving my phone around, and different lighting and stuff. This light should apparently reduce the flicker with the setting that I've got on my new phone. This is a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra 5G. So this is now the kind of this is now the standard that I'll be using. Right. God, this is going to be a right old bits and pieces video. I've been making this video over 4 days now, I think. Snow's gone. Oh, tiny little bits of it left, ice and things, but yeah, it's bloody cold again. These are shipping crates, by the way, which I'm going to make a nice frame out of for the cool ships. The cool ships. Right, anyway, I've done bugger all since yesterday. Didn't manage to bin me bags up because I had another little twinge in me back, and I know I have to be a little bit careful, because when it does go, whoa, it does go. You don't care about that, do you? You want to see today's Saturday, you want to see what's going on here. Look at that. It's still going, and without becoming nauseatingly boring in this this particular, let's pop that over there, in this particular little adventure. There's no yeast, didn't put any yeast in there. All I put in there, oh look, there's a good advert, isn't it? Hang on, I better take this off my head and show the other good advert. That's the other good advert. How sad am I? Can't get it back on my head now, one-handed. This little adventure of the Lambic has just been amazing. So we're now day 16, and it took a while. Actually, I wonder if I can put a little thing up. If I put the graph up on here, just to show you how it's gone along, and then on the specific gravy tea inside there, in that thing in there, the gravity is now down, oh crikey, heading towards 1.050. So slow starter, but then really ramping up now, and we had some krausen in there. I think I mentioned that in yesterday's video. So good. Wow, hey, that's so exciting, isn't it? What we're going to do is continue clearing up over there. I've got some shelves, so what I'm thinking of doing, oh, Marley's gone, Marley's run away, is I've cleared most of the big stuff, the stuffed biggie stuff off here. That gets covered up when that screen comes down, by the way. So I'm going to put these shelves up here, and I'm going to put these speakers. These are just 15-inch bass bins with a couple of tweeters. I've got another one over by the door there because I put it outside in the summer. I'm going to put them on shelves up there, one over there on either side of the stage, just to give some background kind of like music in here when there's no bands playing. So in other words, background music for me, because there won't be anybody else here. Yeah, that makes sense. These beasts, and they're good, they're loud, good quality, nice quality, but fucking hell, they're too big. Well, they're too big for what, for what. But I might leave them there, I don't know yet. I think I mentioned in one of the other videos, I got the Electro Voice. These are 1,000 watt, believe it or not, and I've got a 1,000 watt studio spares bass, and they definitely shake the canal. Now the question I've got is whether I clear all this back. It's full of all my packaging stuff at the moment, envelopes and packaging bits, and I don't know why I'm keeping these. Broken, I've got a couple of those. Where's the other one gone? Anyway, no, it's over there. When things break, I don't know whether you're like me, but when things break, I always keep them to see what sort of like spares I could hoik out of them. So I've gone through 2 of those now. The one I'm currently using is the 700. That's that one, which is great for doing labels, and I do it for the beer bottles and the cans and stuff like that. I'm sorry, this is such an embarrassing video now. I don't know, I think I'm probably wasting everybody's time, but I'm still buzzing a little bit that I've managed to make a Lambic. Well, Lambic style, S-T-Y-L-E, thank you, because you're not allowed to call it a Lambic. And the way that this has worked, fantastic. I had a couple of people ask whether they could buy this, and or realistically this size, because this would be the size for homebrew, because there's a surface area to volume, the SAV, and this is perfect for your around 20-25 litres. This is what that one was designed for. I used the other one over there mainly because I could, and it thought it would look good. So yes, you can buy them, but they ain't going to be cheap. But then again, you know, I was thinking about this. You know, the SS Brewtech mash tun is about 450 quid, and that's stainless steel. These are solid copper. So I don't know. Yeah, they will be for sale. My mate Mark has said he would do them, but only in limited quantities. Right. I can't think of much else now to waste your time with, I'm afraid, apart from thank you for watching. It's going to be a right weird old video, this. I don't know. Yeah, so that's you get the idea of where I'm going with all this anyway. Still not sure whether I am going to keep these inside, whether I'm going to put them in a container outside or put them in one of the cooler rooms upstairs, and whether or not I'm going to find a better way of, I don't know whether I want the taps in them if it builds pressure up. I might just keep these fairly loose, but then again, yeah, you've got to rotate them every month or two just so that they keep, there's a lot of surface area here, so you're going to lose quite a bit from evaporation, but I've factored in for that. Right, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm wibbling on, and I really shouldn't. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to say, does he ever fucking shut up? I've got some of these, and my idea is that I'm going to make some flight boards. No, that's the size I'm going to use. So I'm going to put sort of 3 or 4 glasses, and you can have a flight. And the reason I want it like that, so that it sticks through a little bit. Is there anywhere where I can demonstrate this? It's so that when you're wandering around, they don't fall off. You spill it all over the place, but they won't fall off. And then when you put it down, it's right. Look, I'm sorry, that's the end of this video. Really it is. Thanks for watching. If you like this crap, please subscribe. Sorry, I'll think of something more interesting for next time when I've got all the cameras set up properly. Cheers guys.